Hi everybody, this is Mark Pescatore from Systems Contractor News. Happy anniversary, 100th anniversary to the National Association of Broadcasters. We are happy to be here on the show floor with Nick Milani, our friend from Epiphan Video. And Nick, I guess the first question we have to ask is, what is Epiphan Video? I know it, but not everybody does.
Well, thank you for getting the pronunciation right. Most people struggle with that to begin with, right? We're an organization that's been around for 19 of those 100 years, and it's something we have a rich history of doing incredible technology around video. And what we've really evolved into is this idea of broadcast without barriers. How do we make kind of world-class video accessible to everybody? How do we make every video an experience? How do we make every space a studio? We do that virtually, on-site, and hybrid. And ultimately what we let organizations do is capture world-class audio and video, enhance that video with branding layouts, and then stream and record to the world. So ultimately it lets you share your story in an approachable way without the kind of over-the-top requirements of the past, a video-first approach.
And when they say they can make a studio out of anywhere, believe me, they're making a studio out of anywhere. We are in, I'm going to say a closet because I want to be generous and say it's about the size of a closet.
I mean,
it's not the size
I can't quite reach out and touch them, but it's close. And it is a 10 by 20 booth where we're making a great event with the space we've got. But that is the promise, right? We live it. And one of the things I'm really proud about is we show, don't tell.
Absolutely. Now, one thing they started with Microsoft Teams. That was the big story last year. There's another story that's even bigger this year.
Yeah, it was very exciting this morning. We actually had Andy Carluccio from Zoom. He's responsible for their events group there. He's also the person that developed Zoom ISO and Luminal. And so what we announced was our integration with Zoom and the ability to extract isolated video and audio feeds out of the cloud, so no hardware required locally. And so you can create totally cloud-based productions, or you can take that and extract it down to your local hardware. In the case of an Epiphan Pearl, which is the all-in-one kind of video production system, you can automatically assign that to an input, or you can use it with any SRT-capable workflow. So whether you're with Haivision, Evertz, Grass Valley, or whatever SRT device you have, it'll just work. It's part of our promise to be open, yet also integrated.
That's big news. That's great news.
Yeah, it was really exciting.
Now, that's unlocking new doors for Epiphan. What doors have you guys been unlocking with your technology?
Well, as you mentioned, we announced last year our Microsoft Teams integration. So we did a global town hall with them that we did as a kind of a case study, showing how we could extract for internal meetings, individual participants, create a more curated experience so people aren't thumbing through 400 different thumbnails. Instead, they're getting the speaker and the complementary content, really kind of making sure that that connection is made between the story you want to tell in the audience, right? We worked with a group in Spain that's doing Spanish rap battles, going out to millions of viewers on YouTube.
Spanish rap battles.
Spanish rap battles, yeah. Think kind of like Eminem in like the beginning when he's downtown Detroit, now all over Spain. And what they're using is our virtual production tool, Unify, to then brand and distribute that all over the world. We've had organizations like the San Diego Housing Commission start to use Microsoft Teams, our Epiphan Connect for Microsoft Teams, to bring in commissioners when they can't be part of the meetings, and still then broadcasting it to that constituents and creating that engagement with their local kind of community.
Well, hybrid meetings at the local government level.
Yeah, and that's about accessibility, because it isn't easy to do in the past, but we're making it easy for people, Mark. That's the whole promise.
That's fantastic. So what's the future for Epiphan?
Well, the future for us is to get these systems continue to work together in a more kind of in service to the humans, so to speak, right? How do we make this easy and approachable? Yesterday we had the good fortune that the NAB crew stopped by and did a similar interview. They showed up with 7 people. I don't know what 6 of them were doing, but I knew the guy with the camera and the person interviewing me, right? Here we are with our producer, Dan Wallace, in Ottawa, Canada. We're sitting in a shoebox of a studio, but we're producing a great stream similar to what they did with a fraction of the people. So what we'll continue to do is leverage our open ecosystem. We work with all the major players out there, right? We're a standalone system, but we're also integrated. But what we'll really do is continue to smooth and polish the stone, so to speak. So whether you're using edge devices to acquire signals locally through HDMI, SDI, USB, NDI, or your favorite upcoming acronym,
right?
Or you want to produce in the cloud using Zoom and Teams, or any combination of those two things, we're going to make it easy for you. And that's going to unlock some really cool things. As an example, live interaction with guests. When we host these live events, what makes it sticky? What makes people really want to come to them? Well, what if we can deliver a promise that when you join an Epiphan event, you don't just participate by listening to me talk endlessly, but you can actually come onto stage with us and ask the question, kind of the Price is Right effect, as I like to say.
Wow. You guys got a lot going on.
A lot going on.
That is fantastic. So thank you for being with me.
Well, thank you for joining. I really appreciate your support.
Absolutely, and congratulations again to Epiphan. You got Microsoft Teams, you got Microsoft Zoom. Who knows what's coming next? Stay.